What's happening, YouTube? I was doom scrolling while going for this little walk that I needed, most definitely needed, and got this title for the video. I'm gonna title it "Destroy What Destroys You," and it's kind of fitting. You know how the doom scrolling goes. It gives you things that are relative to the things that you are either visually pointing to and your camera picks up, or you like, or whatever, you stay on too long, or a combination of all three. This is actually part of an algorithm, which is funny because it mimics the algorithm of reality that we're in. And since I warmed you up to the subject, this subject will be based on people that you need to excavate out your life. Yes, a lot of things include other people, and it's not the only issue of the matter that you need to be addressing, but it's a major one. For example, I have a friend that I've known forever, and I needed to reflect on a lot of things in my life. We like to fantasize things that are actually not worth even remembering, because it's just a weakness in us, if we're going to keep it 100. And once you start getting used to brutally cutting that weakness out, like a cyst or a venomous bite that needs to be sucked out, you kind of get used to it. But that not only comes with a reflection in immediate, but also reflection in the past in entirety. So I've known Homeboy for a long time, and for being a dumbass, just like a lot of bitches, just to keep it real, people are people at the end of the day. They're good for dumb level, low level IQ things of hanging out, but that won't suffice for life. Life is way much more. And Homeboy introduced, I didn't even know, you don't even know who's watching you and following you in real life and on social media and whatnot, or even on here. But I was on social media and I have people that follow me and like certain things I like to bring up, like questioning flat earth and all these other things, all these other Epstein and all this other shit that I haven't questioned, that I post about. And they try to slither past the firewall, which that's a very weak firewall, because regardless if you know truth or not, what kind of person are you? Where's your heart at? And I noticed this person, from the things you can see, he didn't unlike me. And a lot of people, they're weird like that. They're very passive aggressive. They won't unfollow you. They won't address issues that they've created or have. They just will stop responding. They'll fake ghost. It's a weird thing, but they study other people and their weaknesses, and most people don't know this trick. And nature has just recently adapted it with a snake. There's a snake that has this thing that looks like a worm at the end of its tail, very similar to a rattlesnake. And lizards and bugs try to eat the end of the snake's tail, not seeing that there's something dangerous and venomous on the other side of it. And not many people embody this idea. And a lot of people, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all operate in the love of looking for the weak and the lame and the damaged. And it's a good learning lesson too, through this tactic. You start figuring out, oh, y'all are hiding in the wing, in the cut patiently. Oh, y'all some weird fuckers. Not only that, but you're silently studying and mimicking the injured in heart and spirit. The ones that God said he was seeking for, you seek to feed off and devour and separate and isolate. Basically, spiritual Epsteins out there. And they're hurt when they find out that your IQ surpasses them by miles, that you're hundreds of steps ahead of them, that you're way more, we'll just put it like this, you're way more effective than what they foolishly believed. And you get different responses, but they're all predictable. But as you sit back and you watch these people from different experiments, they use their best. The thing that nature's taking a part of, the devil has been using for the longest. He's a mimicker. And I say this in a lot of my videos, they mimic each other. They mimic us. And they try to copy us to slide under our radars. There we go. I think I got my 2 miles in. I'm gonna turn around. This is weird. I think I walked this before. I'm still here in Colorado. I shouldn't be here much longer. But, cool ass area. Hey, that shit. Anywho, they do a lot of mimicking. And this also includes maybe the spirited people. I don't know too many spirited people that do wickedness on this level. They're capable of wickedness, but not on this level. Not usually. Not that I'm aware of. A lot of people that are soulless, yes. But, you can't decide. There's a book, The People of the Lie, and there's another book, but People of the Lie kind of points this out, that there are people that psychologists can't describe why they're evil other than they're basically demonically possessed. But it can't be medically openly expressed because that would cause a very mass, harsh reaction to these people. And not all people that choose wickedness are soulless creatures. And plus, not everybody's spiritual, and there's just so many variances to it. I'd say look up the book on YouTube and listen to it yourself. But it's a good read for anybody that has a spirit, which nowadays, you never know. The imitation is great, but you can only see throughout trying times of godliness to be expressed who's who. And that's probably why the world's getting more wicked. Because these people, and I use that term loosely, these people need a very nice place to hide. Because even people that read the Bible, like my own father's a pastor and he reads the Bible a lot. But there's a motherfucker that I called him associate, but you know what I mean, try to play in as a friend, and he reads the Bible a lot, knows it damn well, but applies it zero. And then the concepts from it make him it's foreign to him. And this is just one prime example. Like godliness, even if you never read the Bible, God can introduce himself to you in multiple ways. And he often does. A lot of people reject the call. But it's not that hard. It's not easy, but it's not that hard. And you can tell just by, I'm like, wow, dude, you lean towards everything negative. And I try to relate to it on the street level. I'm like, man, complaining is for bitches and babies. And he's like, yeah. And guess what he does right after that? He complains and he bitches. So it's like, yo, okay, this, I'm not one to harsh judgment. We all make mistakes. Usually this is a catchphrase of demons. Let's try to purposely, continuously steering towards the positive. No matter what I do. And he always tries to end the conversation on his call when he wants to end it. And women do this too, but they have less control over men, at least manly men, which also that's dwindling. But I'm observing this fucker, and even then he wants to end conversation in a negative tone after controlling when. I'm like, I'm okay with getting you off the phone after a minute. Most people, because most people ain't talking about shit. And I'm not trying to be one of them isolated, higher than now, all that, but I'm just speaking facts. What's your purpose? And he's a little bit older than me, and he's going through it. Like, oh man, this one job, and I have an attitude, and I got to a new job, and I'll whoop his ass. And I'm like, dude, but he'll beat you financially, and you're basically his slave. You're financially sucking his dick. You have no way out of it. Your life is your life is on a constant death loop. Your wife is probably, while you're out here working, slaving for these crackers, either a nigga or a crackers fucking your bitch as we speak, or Jose's turning your woman to whore. You know what I mean? And he said he was used to be a pimp, but this motherfucker has been married 6 times. I'm like, damn, you terrible. Terrible. I grew up in the hood, so it's like, I'm not gonna go into too much detail into it, but it's just like, yo. And I even give him the scripture. I'm like, yo, a double-minded man is unstable on all his ways. And he's talking about, complaining about how his life is unstable. And I'm breaking it down to him, and nothing clicks. Nothing. So I'm like, I just blocked his bitch ass yesterday. He talked to me one time, I forgot. I was like, man, I was gonna check his ass on his wife shit. He steers away from it. Anything positive or anything exposing his stupidity, these demons will steer away from it. His self-reflection is like, the son, murder. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this nigga self-reflect. This is the best thing I could do for his dumb ass. He avoided that. And it's like the spirit, the demon inside of him knew I was gonna hit him with that shit. I'm like, all right. And I don't want to force the issue. I already wasted enough time. Like, not only on you, but the legion of spirits that are exactly the same, just like you, just in different bodies. So I just blocked his ass. And you can learn a lot of things about these, like, useless meat suits. Just frankly speaking, like, I can tell you exactly how his life is gonna go until he dies from here on out. There's gonna be pretty much an up and down to this. There's gonna be entertainment that he's not fully entertained in, but as long as he's accompanied, a purposeless moving, drifting in and out of life. Barely conscious. And many men will fall victim to this. Many. And it's like, damn, you were born regardless of circumstances. And this is what your life is. And this is by your choice. And even if it isn't, you fight for your bondage. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Blocked. And regardless of how much wisdom you can garnish from monitoring and learning and obsessing, whether it's gang stalking, whether it's weirdness, whether it's bad relationships, whether it's business, you have to stand your ground. God didn't mean for us to be such ass kisses and such weak motherfuckers. Just generally speaking, even Jesus wasn't weak. I'm whipping your bitch ass. What are you doing selling things at God's house? You know what I mean? So I don't know. This talk isn't for everybody, but I'm not for everybody. But you get the point. I'm gonna cut it short. Also, I'm gonna cut this walk short. I have some business to attend to my damn self. But like and subscribe, man. And remember to destroy what destroys you. God knows your value. You know the rest.